Hey guys, this is Echo Soundworks with ADSR. In this video, I'm going to show you how the proper use of saturation can lead to louder mixes. So we all probably know the importance of saturation in a mix. It can add color, flavor, vibe. It can make the mix really come to life sonically. Well, you can also use saturation as a tool to help get more loudness out of your mixes. All right, so the great thing about saturation is it can actually tame and shape transients and peaks. So when you do get to the mixing stage, the mixing process where you're going to be using a compressor or a limiter in mastering, there's less work for the compressor and or limiter to do. So let's dive into logic and see how this works. All right, so the first kind of thing you should always do is take stock at what's in your mix, what's in your track, and figure out which elements are going to be the most transient heavy sources. So drums are always a good place to start, like kicks and snares, even basses and bass guitars that are kind of plucky or plucks, or really anything that's going to have a lot of transients, or a transient heavy attack, I should say. So I have consolidated my drums in this demo to one track, so it's kind of like working with a drum bus, but you'll be able to visually see everything that's going on a lot more clearly with it all on one track. All right, so I've pulled up two plugins. I like doing this method with these two types of plugins. Some type of metering plugin, which is over here on the left, so I can see peak volume in dB as well as RMS or LUFS. What I ultimately want to do in best case scenario is I want to reduce the peak volume, but I want to actually increase my RMS. This will play into that whole idea where the limiter and the compressor later on in the mixing stage has to work a lot less. And we can focus our limiting and compression on actually getting a louder track and not having to squash kind of rogue transients. So what we're going to do here is we're going to mess around with FabFilter Saturn. You can use any saturation or distortion plugin that you like. You can use stock DAW, doesn't matter. You just want to make sure that your frequency spectrum is going to be the entire frequency, so 20 to 20K. And you want to make sure that you're using some type of algorithm in the distortion or saturation plugin that's not going to overcolor the audio, right? So if I just turn up the drive, for instance, on this instance of our drum group here, you'll see that just by if we turn this off and we look at the peak volume and the RMS, our peak is around -1.1 and the RMS is around -13, -13.5. So if I just turn on FabFilter Saturn and we crank the drive way up, you'll notice that our peak volume goes way down. Right now in this instance, RMS and peak went down, but peak went down a lot more. It went down 6 decibels. This is highlighting how using saturation distortion, it rounds out the edges literally of your transient. And it's why you can take a sine wave and add distortion and turn it into a square wave. So we want to make sure that we're just doing this in a subtle way. So I'm going to work with clean tube right now. We're going to turn the drive up a little bit. And in FabFilter Saturn, I'm going to turn my dynamics band down. All right, so now our RMS is about the same, but we've reduced our peak volume by about a decibel. And that's on just one source. It was a drum group. So imagine if you went through and did this on multiple elements within the mix, you're easily going to be able to free up 2 to 3 decibels of headroom on a peak level. So that frees up your compressor, your limiter, to actually squeeze loudness out of the track as opposed to just taming rogue transients or excessive transients, I should say. So guys, that's going to sum up this video. If you have any questions or comments, let us know and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And if you're not subscribed to the ADSR channel, definitely subscribe. Stay up to date with all the current tutorials and videos we're putting out. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.